Well, hello, brothers and sisters. Pro-life leader Frank Pavone here, bringing you my daily diary segment. What did I do from the Friday, the 11th of July, through Monday, the 14th of July of 2025? Well, these were busy days here, spent at Priests for Life headquarters. Started out Friday morning early at my desk and here in the studio, and did a number of things via email and desk work regarding the following topics. Follow-up of our surveys to our supporters, communication with one of the Hispanic pro-life leaders about the Silent No More campaign and about some mutual collaboration, posting of opinion pieces that we've written in preparation for the leadership meeting that we coordinate for pro-life leaders, outreach to the deacons of the country, our Deacons for Life project, broadcasting of the Rosary. We are making plans for that, the development of a Priests for Life app, the digitizing of our projects to make them electronically available. 40 Days for Life, a trip coming up to speak at the symposium, and also other trip plans. A communication with the leadership over at Newsmax, and communication with others about Teresa Burke's article about the support of Pope Leo for Rachel's Vineyard, our prospecting efforts, our advice being given to another pro-life activist who developed a special rosary prayer page for pro-life, our endabortion.tv brochure being revised, and our interview with Jennifer O'Neill getting ready for publication, and also revisions to my book, Pro-Life Reflections Every Day. These were some of the topics dealing with on email in the morning and at their various points throughout the day. We had our staff briefing as usual at 8:30. We had a broadcast planning meeting right after that briefing. One of the other things I did was to approve a new letter, actually edit a letter being used by our prospecting company to attract new donors, talking about our different projects. And all of this activity taking place then prior to a meeting with our social media coordinator at around 9:30, and then live coming to you with the scripture broadcast at 10 a.m. right here in the studio. Right after the scripture reflection, I transferred, standing right here in the studio, transferred over to another national program on Real America's Voice, and had an interview on there for about a half hour. And then right at the end of that, at 11 a.m., welcomed on Coach Joe Kennedy to be interviewed here on one of my programs. And he's the one who won the big Supreme Court case about praying as a coach in a public school. So the morning had a lot of different taping like that. I got finished there and did some work at my desk, and then had some lunch, gave a call to one of our high donors asking for support, went to at 12:45 to see one of our fundraising staff members. And then as the afternoon progressed, had a meeting with our executive director about revisions to our endabortion.tv broadcasting brochure. And then as the afternoon went on, I had a meeting with our communications director about getting into more media publications and getting our articles spread more far and wide. And then after that, a follow-up meeting with the coordinator of our gift entry department. And then after that, another meeting with our social media coordinator. And this led towards the end of the afternoon, getting end-of-day updates from staff, and then 6 o'clock speaking by phone with Mark from our executive team, and then having some dinner and doing quiet work at my desk, then to finish out the day. Saturday the 12th, busy in my office all day long. I had on Saturday and also on Sunday a lot of work in organizing, first of all, notes from past days of meetings and trips and things that we wanted to get together, and notes for planning or notes as a result of planning meetings, organizing these better into folders and files, both in my computer and also in our office physically. So that was a lot of the activity going on. I had work at my desk in terms of the Abortion Recovery Coalition, updating information in the directory, the videos from the Faith and Freedom Conference, getting some of those deployed, some work regarding my membership on the board of Center for Bioethical Reform, some revisions of our EndAbortion.tv brochure. 10 o'clock, we had the Scripture live broadcast, once again, right from this studio. And then continued with that work of organizing, as I said, and really getting on top of many to-do items, which during the course of all my travels were piling up here at the office, but I was able to plow through a lot of that stuff all during the afternoon on Saturday. During the late afternoon, I just went up the road to do some shopping for things we needed here at the office and groceries for myself. Came back, continued with the work into the late afternoon and into the evening, similar to what I had done earlier in the day. Sunday, the 13th of July, was a very similar day. It was also the one-year anniversary of the assassination attempt on President over in Butler, Pennsylvania. So I was in communication on Sunday with a gentleman who was there that day and who has created a documentary. You may have seen it by now. We've put it out on our channel. So we had the final communications on Sunday about how that was going. I did more of this organizing work. I had some things to do at my desk in regard to revision of our brochures, in regard to the head of the Catholic Speakers Bureau, of which I'm a part, and we are talking about helping us reach even more people in the Catholic world. And also communicating with Wall Builders, David Barton's organization, about speaking at their pastor's gathering. 10 o'clock live Scripture broadcast, continuing with the organizing work of file folders on the computer and in my office, and just going through stacks of work and making sure I'm having the latest notes from many different meetings gone by put into the right places. That was very important. It took me all afternoon. And as I got to the end of the day, while having dinner here at the office, I watched this documentary on the one-year anniversary of the Butler, Pennsylvania incident. Very, very well done. I hope you see it. You can see it here on our channels. And then finally, Monday the 14th of July, up very early, working with various emails and paperwork regarding preparation for our next election training meeting, bishop and donor cards being sent out, interviews with Mayor Rudy Giuliani, getting the videos of those organized for use, planning the newsletter for the year, and working with the staff who take care of that, communication with the White House, communication with the board of the National Pro-Life Religious Council, of which I serve as president, approval of an email blast, working with our staff on proper use of AI for our staff, the appeal letters being approved, communication with various pro-life leaders, outreach to the deacons of the country, approval of a fax to go out to all the churches, training of election volunteers, and connecting our Rachel's Vineyard co-founder Kevin Burke with some leaders in the area of men and abortion. He's an expert in that field. And so I'm making some connections with him and some of the newer leaders. Did the 10 a.m. Scripture broadcast live, continued with a lot of this other work at my desk, and continuing with the organizing I had done over the weekend of various project files. Had a meeting in the later afternoon at 3:30 with our social media director, and we were also talking about a new exciting podcast that I'll be doing together with an evangelical bishop. At 4 o'clock, meeting with one of our finance team, and then at 4:45, a meeting with several staff members regarding even more robust use of AI for getting our work done even more effectively. Made some calls in the early evening, was on the phone with Mark from our executive team while having some dinner, and then went to bed early. That was Monday, July the 14th. So that's what I did from July 11th to 14th of 2025. Oh, I love this work, and thank you for your support of it, making it possible not only for me to do this work, but for our whole team to do loads and loads of other work, all advancing the cause of the unborn. Thanks for your participation in all of that, and we'll talk to you soon.
Hello, this is Father David Begany. Like many priests, I receive a lot of encouragement and insights for my pro-life work from the Ministry of Priests for Life. This ministry speaks up for the unborn on television and radio, in conferences with pastors and with government leaders. But to accomplish all this work, the Priests for Life team relies on the donations of individuals like you who believe in this cause and want to help to save lives. May I ask you to support Priests for Life generously? Go today to prolifegift.org and give us as generous the gift as you can. Thank you in advance, and be assured of our daily prayers for you.
Follow him, Frank Pavone, Fr. Frank Pavone. He is the National Director of Priests for Life. Please go to priestsforlife.org.
Frank Pavone. Frank, thank you very much.